Wait, didn't you say someone in the comments was
this?
asking about Cole's feet too, or his socks?
Oh yeah, they
What?
mentioned the sock. No, they love Cole.
They love Cole, and I'm Cole's little guy.
Yow. Welcome to the LooneyBin Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to episode...
391.
Dang, I was going to say 291.
It was pretty damn close. Episode 15.
15.
And I'm John.
And I'm Cole.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Patrick.
And the reason why we're late today is we're making orange chicken tonight. And we have this 350-degree oil sitting in a pasta pot, really. And you know what happens when water hits oil. And Henry was trying to move over some of this orange sauce, which also has some loose, water particles in it, or what you like to call.
Naturally.
And something a little bit spilt over, and then everything, there's a flash.
Just big old fireball.
Yeah, big old flash.
Henry's no
and,
longer
Holy
with us.
Shit.
Yeah.
Lose a little arm hair.
Oh, I don't know.
Some eyebrow.
I was never there. I felt like I was never there. I felt like I was back in the home country of North Dakota.
It all turned out tasty, though.
Yeah, I actually didn't get a morsel yet.
You didn't
I
get a
was
morsel?
coming in later.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Make sure you get on that.
All right, I will. I'll figure it out eventually.
I hate that meal, honestly. I love the meal. It tastes
What,
great.
orange chicken?
Yeah, it's
What, is it the prep? Is it the hot oil?
I don't know. I think it's just the fact that when you fry it, you have to keep the sauce consistent. But then what do you have with it? And I always tried noodles with it, but I can never get a noodle that is good enough from the store. You know what I mean? A thick enough noodle, lo mein, even though lo mein noodles are not good. I feel like I need to go to a different cuisine market.
So, LooneyBin Podcast Season 2 is celebrating its quinceañera today.
Huh?
15.
15
15.
birthday.
It's number
Oh, nice.
15.
Also
That-
becoming a
15.
mermaid, or is
Episode
that
15.
is that at 13?
when you become a
14,
mermaid,
I
When you
thought.
get to
in
play
what
mermaids?
lore?
Disney lore.
Disney lore, become a mermaid?
It must be 13, right?
That's
13
when-
seems like
that
a
makes
cool
sense.
number.
That makes sense to me.
No one's
never
seen that
got-
movie.
What movie?
No.
Turning 13, the merman one.
No.
What?
I'm sure.
Wait, wait.
Sound off in the comments.
If the movie's called, get in the comments. If it's called Turning 13, then I'm sure that you become a mermaid when you're 13. Not
Are you sure?
15. That's my
Yeah, it
inference.
sounds like it's too obvious.
I haven't
to be
seen
There
it.
used to be a show.
Do you know what I'm talking about, John?
Maybe.
You seem confident about 13.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident because there used to be a show that my sister would watch.
true. H2O?
Yep.
Just
Yep.
add
It was
water.
H2O.
Add
Shout
water.
out all of our sisters. For
Oh my God.
They also have a transformation at 13, or
No, they have a
Is that-
transformation.
is that
I think it's
canonical
wet.
purely
merman,
when they
mermaid lore?
Nor.
No, it was an
no,
Australian show.
It's sort of a zombie infection, I think, in that
Zombie
show.
infection? What?
No.
Well,
They
no, where
breathe water.
they're
I
like,
think
oh
it-
my gosh, I'm a mermaid now.
You can't. It's not contagious.
No.
But
But it's
how
like
did
it's
they
terrifying
get
because-
it?
You gotta bring them to the special magic
Yeah.
pool under
Yeah.
a full moon.
You
Oh, I
accept
remember
the elixir, really, is what it
Okay,
is.
it's an elixir acceptance,
Yeah.
not a bite
I remember
attack.
they were constantly terrified of water because they're gonna get exposed and then
Yeah.
people would kill them or like
Yeah,
get
they would be-
abducted and
Yeah,
tested.
literally.
They'll be
That was the whole
experimented
plot.
on by the Australian government. Yeah.
It should be an Indiana Jones movie, honestly. It'd
Honestly.
probably be better than the
This guy
new
knows
one that's
nothing
coming
about
out.
Never heard of
What's the new
Wait,
one called?
what?
All of my
The
Indiana
Dial of-
Jones
the
knowledge
Dial
comes
of Destiny.
from, Lego
Dial of
Indiana
Destiny.
When you
Jones.
said
Okay,
dial,
so
it
I
clicked.
actually will
haven't seen a
accept
single
you on
movie.
that,
Fell
but
into
you haven't
place.
seen a single movie?
Two combos at once is what's happening.
Yeah, but no,
Sorry,
but
what were you saying?
H2O, I remember when I was younger, when it was on TV, I would put it on in secret. Like I didn't want anyone, because I felt ashamed. Like I wasn't
watching a girl
supposed to be
show?
watching it, and so my parents would be watching TV downstairs, and it'd be like it's on upstairs, and I'd be like, I'd be ready with the previous button on there.
Yep,
Yeah.
thank
click
you.
back on something like.
God.
That was How I Met
That's
Your
really-
Mother for me.
And I
different.
think
honestly-
I
That's
don't-
different.
It was-
That's
I don't
pretty
think I
different.
lived in
No,
a
I'm-
household where they'd be
No.
mad or upset or anything negative would happen. I was just all
Just
self
embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was always just
I felt that way when I was really little. I would watch Lizzie McGuire and have some inkling of that, even though I was pretty young. But I love Lizzie McGuire.
Well, no, what's the one? Not Bridget Medler show. Good Luck Charlie. That was the one for me. Because I'd sit there and
a
I.
It's a
normal
pretty,
show.
it's pretty neutral.
Neutral?
as far as the
Yeah.
norms go.
Well, okay.
Maybe. Did you feel like you were too old to be watching Good
I
Luck
think
Charlie?
so. Yeah.
And maybe we
I was
crossed
sit-
over as throughout the shows.
Because I think it
maybe.
started when we were like 9 or 10.
Yeah, but
Good Luck
if I
Charlie
came back
started.
home And the first thing I go to is Channel 36 Disney Channel, and I sit there enjoying a snack watching Good Luck Charlie, and I'm just there, and my parents show up.
Came home from college?
No, okay, maybe once. But I'm just saying this is like coming home at a young, maybe at middle school age. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch Good Luck Charlie.
An at-risk kid.
An at-risk kid,
You
and
never
then
know what
mom,
the kids
I
at
hear the
school
garage
say.
door opening, and then it's just like, oh fuck,
It's
a garage.
Let me get my hockey pads on. Oh shit!
It's a small town. Word gets out
ESPN Channel
fast.
14, real quick, watching for like
I
a
need to
recon.
be strong for Papa.
It was a good
You would
show.
not approve of-
Was it not a good
Yeah,
show?
it was a great show.
Good Luck Charlie. Yeah,
Classic.
my family, the Schultzes, we would gather together every Thursday to watch the
That
new
was
Good
Psych.
Luck.
There was a new
Psych.
episode.
That's
Yeah.
way better. Me and my sisters watched Psych.
What's your rating on Disney goofball dads? Which one's the best? Was it Bob? Was it
Bob.
the Wizards of Waverly Place dad? Was
Bob
it-
Wizard
Bob
was it
carried-
the place because he was a chef. Was he
I
not
guess.
a chef?
Was he a chef or
He
was
was
he
a cook.
just
He was a great
restaurant
cook.
guy?
Sandwiches.
Bob had the best arc because he did start as like an absolute bumbling dad,
Yep.
but when he got jacked, he also became wise.
Oh my god, that's so true.
People
though.
don't talk about that
direct
aspect of when he became jacked. They also started
wise.
Well, he
treating
became
him
so much
better.
more
What a
self-disciplined.
yeah, I guess.
Wait,
yeah.
was him getting jacked part of the show, or was that just the actor
No,
getting
just,
jacked?
Just
The actor just was like, "I'm gonna." Is it? Do you think he had to get permission from the producers?
Yes,
of
yeah,
Good Luck Charlie?
100%.
Hey, do you guys mind if I like
Get
in
jacked?
shape?
He-
No, not just get in shape.
Well, we gotta
Do
make
you guys
it
mind
make
if I get
sense.
in
We'll make you wiser.
Oh my! Well, because he was like right
so
here,
weird.
and then he went up to here. It wasn't a middle transition. it was
it
him
was-
like
No,
I
it was
see veins
between
in your
between
biceps.
seasons.
started
Yeah,
taking
between
Tren is what happened.
seasons,
Oh
he
my
became
God.
an absolute
I would
beast.
not be surprised if he's.
He was a Winston
I wouldn't be
of that
surprised if
family.
he's.
Steroid
I wouldn't be
use.
surprised if he's in the next Fast and Furious movie
Guess, but remember,
As a car.
as a car.
yeah,
That in Fast 10, they're actually going to.
no Rock Johnson.
The Council of the Cars is
gonna
going to.
ride
They're going to
Bob.
step in. They're going to appear to the family. These anthropomorphized car companies.
Can you explain that word for me?
Anthropomorphized is like a human version of a not human thing.
Like personification?
Yeah,
but not in literature.
but no, like but like not
Literally.
personification is like assigning human like qualities, but anthropomorphized is a furry.
Oh, thank you. That's all you needed to
A
say.
furry
Now
is an
he's on board.
anthropomorphized animal. Bob Duncan is an anthropomorphized.
Car?
Furry.
Muscle car.
Man?
What car? What kind of car do we think?
Lightning McQueen's car.
I think
but in
maybe
blue.
a
Semi.
Tundra.
I think it's got to be a Dodge Charger.
Bronco, man.
Tacoma.
Charger. I'm thinking of a like a mid-sized truck,
Oh, so like
an
a
EV truck,
like a
an EV truck.
2021 Tacoma 4-wheel all-wheel drive off-road edition
Gotta be
V6.
white.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, with heated seats and
Yeah.
also a moonroof.
And
Okay.
raised suspension.
Blasting
Yeah,
Baby
and race
Keem.
suspension. Oh my god.
Colorado
Baby
edition.
Keem.
No, wait, it's Colorado. They live in Denver.
I
be
also
Colorado.
thought that was I thought that was a weird location for a TV show. Two, do you remember?
heard of
They're not
Living-
there's not families there.
Live,
Yeah, it's
Live and
not.
Maddie takes place in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Okay,
You ever
that's
watch Live and
better,
Maddie?
though.
That's
They-
crazy.
They fit the
You needed a
Wisconsin
when you needed
vibe
it.
though.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did. You had.
Yeah.
Jan wasn't all about that Live and Maddie.
No, Jan just watched whatever I watched. So we watched a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Dragon Ball Z.
Good for
Batman,
holy shit.
Oh
Good
my
for
god,
him.
she's cultured.
Good for him.
But do you remember the Good Luck Charlie movie with the paintball?
Yeah,
in
I
it?
was thinking about. I was gonna say something about he had to get jacked for paintball.
Yeah, he had to get
Yeah,
jacked
that's
for the nighttime Milsom event, and for them to go in and just shoot paintball. I remember watching that. Now,
Wasn't there like a
fast forward over to that
kidnapping or
part.
something involved
Yeah,
with that?
it was something
Yeah,
weird.
we can go through the plot of Good Luck Charlie. It's Christmas if we want to.
That's a tough
Tell me
one.
what happens around.
I know
like,
it pretty well because Julia watched it this Christmas season,
Is Spencer
and
in
we were
that one?
talking about it. And I was like, "This is
Spencer
bare-
the
no.
boyfriend.
Spencer
that
Spencer,
cheated.
Spencer the
Hey.
cheating asshole is not
Hey.
in this.
I will have
He
no
didn't
Spencer
cheat.
apologists
He
on
didn't
the
cheat.
podcast.
What? He did.
He
cheat.
literally had 2 girlfriends.
He had
I know.
2 girlfriends.
I know, but he didn't
And
know
then
what's
they-
going on. He didn't know what's going on.
What are you talking
could he
about?
not know?
That episode where Bridget Mendler, Teddy and the other girl made that song together and performed it
Yeah, that hurt.
to get to. What do you mean that hurt? That was so cathartic.
Okay,
that was awesome when they did that.
Because Spencer is this leather jacket, just wanting to please everyone. He couldn't say no. He didn't
No.
know how to say no.
mean?
That's my standpoint
Oh,
on that.
Lord.
He didn't know how to say no. He wasn't given the
would.
proper tools to say no.
This is
A lot of hidden
awesome.
subtext.
This
in the
is awesome
character.
to see. This is awesome to see. Awesome to hear.
Oh my god.
But I mean, the one thing that I wish Disney Channel actually, those shows are good. Now I haven't seen any of the new shows, so I don't even know what's even.
They
going
don't.
on.
It doesn't really exist in the same
Yeah.
way.
I got, I feel like, it's not just that
Disney
we're
Plus.
older and we just think about the show. They definitely don't
They
care
don't-
much of the decline. Kids don't go on and watch shows like that
They
like
don't.
they used to.
Yeah, they don't make shows under that same formula of.
Just go to Netflix, kids. these
They don't
days.
like. They don't. Yeah,
Literally.
they don't make the fixed camera sitcoms where they do it for 4 seasons and then if it's a good show they make a movie and then it's done.
No.
They literally don't do that. They're making.
Formula isn't like it doesn't work anymore. There's no
Oh,
reason
yeah.
for them
can't.
to.
It-
Oh,
they-
how
the-
is Disney Channel even productive anymore with Netflix and all
yeah,
these other
Netflix
shows
and
having the
YouTube baby
capabilities
videos
of whatever.
and
Yeah, the Disney Plus
Whatever
shows that
that-
are marketed towards kids are still like, High School Musical, the musical, the series, whatever, that stuff. Like, I don't know.
There's still like
That must be what they're watching, or
like
they go back and
Enchanted
they
or
watch.
whatever.
They just watch Bunked.
what's that?
Bunked is the Jesse Part 2,
Yeah.
where it's just the kids without Jesse at summer camp.
That's tough.
It was a weird
And,
one. It
and
was
the
tough
kids
to
is-
watch.
They can't carry.
It was only 2 main
Well, no, they
actors,
can't
wasn't
carry.
it?
I mean,
Or
they carry
3?
better than Debbie Ryan.
Fair enough.
When you grow up, watch an
Gotta zoom
episode
in
of
on-
Jessie. She sounds insane. She sounds delirious.
Yeah,
And,
but
like,
that's what
that's
made
what
it
made it
great,
funny.
though.
I think
She was nuts.
And the butler was goated. I think
the butler was goaded.
he was goated.
The butler carried Jesse.
So you're telling
Holy
me-
But
shit!
Jesse-
The
watching
butler
Jesse-
and the lizard
Jesse
carried
with
Jesse.
no
Yeah.
lizard, no butler, and no Jesse.
Yeah,
no, no. Okay,
I think
no-
there
and
might have
no
been there might have
parents?
been a butler cameo.
but think about Jesse
Could also
collab
be a
with Sweet
Diver
Life
the
on
Wimpy
Deck.
Kid show because 2 of the kids that were in Jesse were in Diver
Also,
Wimpy Kid.
Diver would be good.
That's a really good point.
crossover. You
And
never
you know
know.
the
thought about
main
that.
actor
Didn't
is
Greg
actually
Heffley kill
Gustavus alum,
somebody?
the dad of Diver
Steve
Wimpy Kid.
Zahn.
Yeah, he's a Gustavus alum.
Steve Zahn he's from Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, and he's in White Lotus.
You went to
Everyone should
college
watch
with
that.
Yeah. Huh?
Huh?
What?
He went to North Dakota. You saying?
You went to college with him?
No,
What?
no. He was like 40 when I was
Oh,
16, maybe.
Damn.
I don't know.
He was in Daddy Daycare. He was one of the daddies, but he wasn't a
the
daddy.
daddies.
He was the daddy in Daddy Daycare who wasn't actually a daddy.
Yeah.
He was a daddy, but not a daddy.
Not a daddy.
Not a daddy.
Damn.
He was a daddy, but
Oh,
he was
daddy,
not
but
a dad.
not a dad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There you go.
I feel like the peak of our childhood was maybe at that point where you only got the channel on your cable was Disney. And not only channel, but you only got Disney, right? On that one set of cable, whatever.
I
You went
don't
to
know.
grandparents'
I don't know.
house.
I watched a lot of
I-
PBS
I think
Kids.
I never got
I
that
watched
part of my
cartoon-
childhood. I never peaked, I guess.
I watched Cartoon Network a lot and
Yeah.
Boomerang, but I watched Disney Channel. But then when I go to my grandparents, they had satellite, and guess what they had? Disney XD.
Yep. Disney
Awesome.
XD.
And I felt like I was
Some
like,
Zeke and Luther.
Yeah, I wasn't much an XD
Yeah.
kid.
No, I had
Sometimes
access.
a Kick Butowski would be on, and I'd be like,
Exactly.
okay, but
no,
I
I wasn't
had
into it, but
ac-
I wanted to be.
It's
though.
strange. It's strange
every
that I
Disney
had
kid-
access to Disney XD and I didn't partake.
Lab
you
Rats.
don't-
I watched Hannah
Oh,
Montana.
I know.
I didn't.
How old
Patrick,
would you have been
you don't
when
give off
Lab Rats
Disney
came out,
XD energy.
14?
Yeah, literally. What was the
But
even
it
one?
still caught you. It still struck you.
Oh
as
my god! I
something
felt
you
like I
wanted
need to
be a
type in
part
my
of.
birthday just to watch the show. I was like, oh my god, this is too
Lab
much.
Rats. I
Home
think
from
they.
high school, and he said, give me Lab Rats.
Lab Rats. I'm pretty sure they weren't. I'm pretty sure they said crap in that show.
I think they said dang too.
They probably said
Went
dang.
off the hand.
They went off the freaking handle. They said
Gosh darn it.
they were calling each other
Dag
stupid.
Dillweed.
They had to keep up. They were losing.
They were
HBO.
They were yelling. Sometimes they lied
You want to know
on
this?
that show.
I'll give everyone a secret confession right now. So
Holy shit.
yeah, I know.
For your ears
right,
only.
right. So I was probably too old for this. I don't even remember. Someone look up, Nate. Look up when Let It Shine came out on Disney.
That would be
I don't think I've heard of
2000.
that either.
Actually, I don't.
It
think,
must be 2010. I'm guessing
Oh.
2010.
I'm
You're
guessing.
listing a show
I'm
that's
guessing
even older than Lab
2012.
Rats.
Let It Shine was a Disney movie.
Yeah, Let It Shine was a Disney movie with Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah. What year was it, Nate?
Everybody give
every-
their guess.
Everybody Hates Chris's brother.
Everybody Hates Chris is a professional dunker.
What?
What year?
Chris and Everybody
2012.
Hates Chris?
I don't know what
Okay.
Chris you're
So
talking
I was
about.
12, and Let It Shine came out,
Okay.
and I was like, I watched a premiere of it,
That one passed me by. I don't even know.
and I was like, this is great. It was a rapping one. There's a little rapping.
It was a
He
rapping.
kinda-
It was
he
the
went
rapping
nuts.
one.
I even went so
was the rap
far.
battling
4
one.
months later, I went to Walmart. I said, I know when they're dropping that CD out for the whole movie. I'm buying that, and I put it on my MP3 player, and I listened to that shit. And I listened to that shit, and I listened to that shit, and I was goated. And I was just
Who
like,
is gonna
all I'm
be
gonna
mad
do
at
is
you?
I'm gonna sit there, and I'm just
You
gonna
were
start
10.
rhyming.
You were not too
I
old.
was 12.
You were 12. Whatever. You were 12.
12 enough to be going to my basketball practice and being there like, oh, what are you listening to? Oh, Let It Shine from
Can you look
Disney.
up when Lab Rats
you'd
came
get
out,
bullied
Nate?
for that.
Yeah,
I'd also like to talk about Pair of Kings.
Graded show.
Okay,
Graded, goated, and
yeah,
great at the
graded.
same
Wasn't
time.
one
way
of them
above its
terrible? Was it
time,
Mitchell
though.
Musso or the other one who like turned out to be terrible? Or am I-
Mitchell Musso
I
is a
don't remember.
terrible person.
That show was
yeah.
awesome.
It was Mitchell Musso and Doc from Sweet Life on Deck teaming up on Disney XD. They co-inherit this island.
And just do
And
the-
they become a
the
pair of
shit
kings.
job.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
we get Lab Rats, Dave?
It was a little more elusive than it needed to be. It was more insightful,
honestly,
probably.
fairly like culturally insensitive, to be honest.
The whole
in
thing?
retrospect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's like this.
awful.
It's like this Polynesian island that just
Yeah.
two American
yeah.
children inherit.
Yep.
That had a
With,
great
but it
theme
has a
song,
whole
though.
it has a
It's
whole
all a dream, though. It's
group
all a
of
dream.
people. It might have been all a dream.
Lab Rats was 2012 as well.
Oh, okay,
See,
so
that's why it
same
must have
era.
been my peak.
You had no guilt over Lab Rats, but all this guilt over Let It Shine.
Well, it's just because
I
it
don't
was
think I've
just
ever
like a
heard of
love
Lab Rats.
story.
Lab Rats
and-
was about superhero children,
Practice
superhero
children.
tweens.
that were created in a
Is it
lab.
Johnny Test adjacent?
I remember having a crush on the one as
Nothing
a
to-
tween
As
The
a
number
tween.
one rat.
on rat number 1.
Guys, did we mention that Patrick and Cole are on the podcast tonight?
Oh, true. I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should actually talk
Everyone
about this
hashtag it,
phenomenon
yeah, real
and
quick.
call our
Maybe
shot.
if someone's
we
watching
call
this
our
and
shot?
they're a part of the Patrick Cole phenomenon, if they could explain it for us. We have our theories, but we'd like to know from one of the
Yeah.
boosters.
Yeah, can I explain
Yes.
the phenomenon? Apparently, when only I am on the pod, the
It
pod
sucks.
performs as normal. When only Cole is on the pod performs as normal, according to
All
YouTube
of the
views.
advanced
statistics.
analytics.
YouTube
Yep.
views and advanced analytics. It performs normal. But when both me and Cole are on the pod
together
together,
as one
the pod soars, according to advanced analytics,
to new heights. All
By
thanks
a
to
lot.
by an order of magnitude.
There must be some in sync. I don't even know what. I don't even remember the last time you guys were both on the podcast. What was
Probably
the
pretty recently.
All right.
Was it?
I think we should sexual chemistry.
It's only been
one
2 times.
hypothesis. It's been 2 times.
You, me, and Preston, and you, me, and Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though John's between you guys, it seems like you're sitting next to
It
each
was.
other.
It
Yeah,
was.
that's what I was thinking.
I know.
It was the best of times,
Can you
and it
feel
was the
their
worst of
energy?
times.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
between you?
It's kind of frying me right now.
I will say that one of the thumbnails of the podcast that you guys are in together has Cole touching Patrick with his foot. So that does a lot.
When did that happen?
So is there some lore, like a
Wait,
fan
didn't you say someone in
lore
the comments was
this?
asking about Cole's feet too, or his socks?
Oh yeah, they
What?
mentioned the sock. No, they love Cole.
They love Cole, and I'm Cole's little guy.
I think you guys need to do
Cole
something.
brings it out of him.
I'm
But
Cole's
you're Big
little guy.
Spoon, though, right? You gotta be Big Spoon.
I can be Big Spoon, but I'm still a little.
Yeah,
I'm
we
still Cole's little
switch.
guy.
We roll.
little
We turn
fella.
over.
You have to turn over though.
We're-
I think
it's a-
there's no
yeah.
way how you can't, right? Can you sleep in the whole night for 10 hours without
No.
turning over?
No, but like your arm's stuck, so then you're just kind of like
Oh, you.
almost.
Oh, you bustle
T-posing.
him real
You're
quick.
kind of just T-posing in the
Yeah,
bed,
yeah, yeah.
trying to like get your
And that's when
spine
he-
aligned neutrally.
And that's when he gives me a nibble and lets me know that it's time to move.
Nibbles.
Yeah,
I think
a
it's
little-
all-
It's time for another
I
round.
think you guys
rather.
rub your little scruff against each other. It's kind of like tingling spidey sense.
I just washed it.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's a lot softer. Right now.
Alright,
I've never
then-
had beard oil before.
How's that feel?
Feels good.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Speaking of this sexual chemistry, I think I need you guys to do something for the thumbnail right now. So come up with
Okay,
something.
anything. Direct us. Direct us, please.
I want to leave it up to
I'm
your
thinking
guys'
kiss like
sexual
me or
Get
connection.
Cole's foot right up towards
I think
the...
Cole's foot is necessary.
And then Patrick has to be involved, not me.
Yeah.
Get that
I'm too
slipper off,
involved,
Cole.
Cole.
Get that
I'm just
slipper
gonna
off.
be kind of looking inquisitively.
And then you give like a crazy
Hello?
face, John. Crazy face. Like,
Hello?
what?
A little stinky. A little stinky.
All right, that's like 500 views for this episode. Total at least.
All right, I feel violated.
Your guys' payday will come soon.
You'll get a little extra in your paycheck.
Yeah, where's
this week.
Henry? I thought he has the other camera set up for the OnlyFans. But...
He's doing what he needs.
Yeah, OnlyFans after hours.
Yeah, what?
That's
Oh
why
my
we
God,
call it
multiple
after
revenue
hours.
streams from the same stream. Explain
Yeah,
that.
what if everything comes from that? That'd be amazing.
What if everything goes right?
Yeah, what if everything goes right?
What if everything goes wrong?
Bro, tell you,
true.
episode whatever 15, everything goes wrong with the correct emoji. You'll know what emoji to do, Nate.
You'll know.
True. So, what have we been doing recently?
Gone loony.
So we've been.
We've got John back in the house for the first time in 8 years. It's pretty incredible.
I thought he died.
Great chef job.
Not true.
John, funny story. I drove right past you. I drove right past Faribault, and I pulled out my snap map on the road
Did you really?
to see how close I got to you, and
Did-
it was within like 2 miles.
No way.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
While you were just
Probably
out
at
of your work.
Faribault. Faribault Ace Hardware down
Yep.
the hill.
There you go.
Did you work today? No, you're here pretty early in the day, right?
No, I didn't work on so Tuesdays are kind of like the day that I kind of wanted off for the podcast specifically. So then if I work a weekend, I get a Tuesday off. If I don't work a weekend, I work the whole week. So like this next coming weekend, I work. From here on out, I worked straight until like next week Sunday or something like that, or next week Friday or something like that.
Damn.
But yeah, it feels weird. It feels.
grinding.
Oh, I don't know if I'm. Yeah, I'm definitely grinding, but it doesn't feel like a grind.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
It doesn't. I'm not, student teaching and not getting paid, and then coming back and then wondering what the hell I'm doing, and maybe just sitting in the garage with the car running. But now, yeah, it feels weird to be back. I was saying it's like it still feels home.
Yeah.
Like I still go to in the room, which is now Henry's. I still put my shit in that room.
You walk in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what
Like
else
you
to
own
do
the
because it's
place
just
and-
like, not even. I was never even in that room. I never hung out in that room.
Yeah.
So it still is a place of like, oh, this is my checkpoint. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna move on to the next level.
It was more of a shit repository when you did live here.
Yeah.
You treated that.
It's just where all the stuff
And it
goes. Where I
spilled into
sleep,
the
where I-
dining living room area a little bit.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
literally, because I had so much. That's the best part. Is
Too
that-
much stuff, not enough space.
Too much
No,
stuff in
yeah,
space.
it's just
Wait,
like
is this
my
a
whole-
Space Bags commercial?
No, I
Oh, it's
wish it
just a
was.
reference.
It was just 5 years of shit that I've had to keep in a box, live out of a box for how long. And so it's like now I actually have like it's actually organized instead of just here's
Well,
a
it
tub.
sounds like you got some good help with that.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, the apartment's great. Yeah. Where do
Keep
I
going,
go?
John.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't get rejected. No, yeah. So the apartment's pretty. It's good. It's nice. It's new. So I think like for Megan, she likes being the first person to live in it. That's very comforting for her, and being not like, oh, it's clean. Like the only thing before it was unclean was just
Yeah.
like being built.
Yeah.
And so then I got her a Dyson for Christmas, and she just
Loves it.
there's different heads on it, and she just
yeah.
make
All
sure
the
that thing's
attachments,
charged
all
at the
the-
end, and she
just
just
go
goes
nuts.
nuts. And I know the first thing that she did was that Ace, the place that we work at and whatever, that whole ordeal. There's
Megan works with you there at Ace.
she does on her off days, like she just is like she has like kind of like a higher position, like she does whatever her parents tell her to do, which is like more organizing or redoing stuff or like putting stuff on sale. But recently we were redoing a cleaning section of cleaning supplies of Ace, and we were adding new stuff in, and a lot of the stuff went on sale because they're not selling it anymore. They're getting a new product in.
Right.
And so then she, had a payday and went nuts and bought all this other stuff. And then she has all this different type of cleaner and just
And
clean
now you
the
got to use it. Just means cleaning.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I think the worst part about the place is the toilet. If I take a mid-sized dumper in that thing, it's not flushing, really. I mean, it is, but it's like one of those things where it fills up like this, and then you dump the whole thing. It's not like a plug going up. And I've never installed one of those, even in my own dime. But when you flushes, you kind of have to hold it and just dumps all that water. I don't know how many times, like, I just take a medium-sized shit. Like, it's just a medium-sized shit.
I mean, it's a good thing Patrick and I aren't living in there.
Well, Patrick, you would have fucked the whole apartment by now. But with the amount of TP, I don't think there's enough recycle for that.
I'm thorough.
Yeah, you are thorough, and I agree with that. But for me, it's just
And Cole's just a shit show.
yeah. Well,
And also, I was
Too much protein powder.
my home toilet, my growing up toilet, spoiled me. I didn't have to.
It's a bit of a
was
test.
a jet
I could wipe
stream.
as much as I needed to, and it would suck it down. It would take it.
You just building a
It
mountain.
would take it. It
And-
would whatever I threw at it, it would take it.
and this toilet is like I'm not having like protein type of shits like Cole here is protein shitting.
Protein shits.
Which is kind of crazy. There's like a splash radius on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's just tiny. I keep my morsels together, and I try to get it down, and it just slides down. It doesn't
Are
actually.
you
pull
doing,
through.
how do you do that on purpose?
What? How do I
Keep
do it?
your morsels
very
together.
I don't
precise
know.
asshole.
It's yeah. Why?
Detail.
Why would I not aim?
shits.
Why would I not aim? Someone tell me.
But no.
Oh my god.
So you don't. You're in control of how much
Dude,
poop
I just
comes
sit
out
down and
per
let it
poop.
rip.
No, but I'm just saying I like to keep them all together.
You
So
don't.
then-
Wait.
does
You
that
don't.
mean?
What?
I'm saying like okay,
I thought John was saying though, if he had a consistency where it'd be like
loose.
not all together.
I think it's about
He's
the-
able to will solid poops.
Okay.
Well, I'm
I
thinking
will say.
mold it.
My diet used to be worse. My diet used to be pretty bad, and my shits were looking not so good. You know,
A little liquid.
that requires a little bit more wipage. Won't get into all that, but I want to let you guys know, because you guys care about me so much,
We
that
do.
I'm doing better.
You're doing better.
I'm having a lot more ghost
Good.
poops, a lot
Wow.
more solid,
Wow.
Is that
a
a
lot
no
more
wipe?
solids. That's a no wipe. When you wipe and
What? I never
Well, no.
had that.
Every
You've never
once in a
not
while.
had to. Well, I mean, you obviously still
you
wipe.
still wipe, but then you look at your first wipe and you go, God damn,
There's nothing there.
there's nothing
I think
there.
I've only done that
It's
after
like nothing
camping
ever
trips.
happened.
I think that's a camping trip shit.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Eating
Yeah,
high
nice.
fiber.
Because your body, you're
Right, it's
you're
not-
in a mode.
yeah,
You're
right.
good. Your body's firing on all cylinders.
Oh god.
I don't know if it's a body firing on all cylinders thing. Because when my body fires on all cylinders,
You splash. It's pretty bad.
like I'm shitting multiple times a day if I'm
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders.
Oh, let's hope the toilets they put in the brand new place. are
What?
resilient.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, well, the nice thing about shitting multiple times a day is they're all, mid to small.
I hope.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you ever go in there to. Okay, yeah. We'll just change.
Anyways,
Yeah, we'll just change. The
We'll
apartment.
just change. We shat ourselves. We need
The
to
apartment's
change.
good. It's a great time. Megan and I, there wasn't really like a custom of like living together, which is nice. It just is kind of like, oh, here we are. Because I think it's because I lived practically like 2.5 weeks again before that with her and her
That's
parents, kind of a
that's
little
good. And
bit.
that gave you kind of the sense that you guys would not run into any issues. That that's-
Right, and
wouldn't be a brand new thing living together.
I think so, and also during the summer she'd come down for like a week or something like that, and then I had my own place with my buddy from Jamestown, and that was really cool. I thought that was, it was kind of good. Like, okay, this will work out because it wasn't at my parents' house in Jamestown; it was just at my place with another guy
Right.
where he was doing something else. And so it works pretty good. She's excited about her job.
new job?
Yeah, so she got this place where she's a behavioral therapist.
Oh, word.
And so then she is there's only 2 people in this place. It's starting up there, and they have keys to the place. So it's kind of nuts. She gets full benefits and everything. It a little overwhelming at first, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, for like adolescents, I would say, with exceptionalities.
Wow.
So she's
That's
pretty
really
excited.
awesome.
Yeah, and she was psych major, so that's kind of what she wants to work with right now.
Sweet.
That seems like a really good starting thing, because I know it can be pretty brutal to get into that space. Like you're sort of paying your dues, sort of. But I think
it was a really
if you can do it and get into it in the right area, that's pretty cool.
I think it was a really good timing for it because she's wondering if she wants to go to grad school or not, but also her sister has disabilities, and so then she's wanted to work and she works well with that, and like trying to understand what's going on, and it's cool. There's a lot of training up front, so then she kind of works from home decent amount, and so then we're never really in the apartment. The apartment's kind of like a chill. We sit there like on like a Sunday or Saturday if there's no football game on or a hockey game on or whatnot, and it's just in the afternoon. We kind of don't know what to do.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Like you're spinning so many plates, just go. All of a sudden, you're both sitting there like, damn.
Yeah, it's like we
what
vibe.
am I supposed to do with myself?
Yeah, it's like we watch a we love watching shows, but they're just like, oh, we're implementing like a reading time or like like puzzles,
circle time, puzzle time.
It's funny because I'll
block time.
Well, I'll go like at night. I need
a block.
We just
time.
I cook
I need a block,
and then
time.
I'll be like,
that's Minecraft.
And then we're kind of like we watch a show while we're eating or something,
Yep.
or sometimes we just eat together, clean it up, put the leftovers away, and then I'm kind of like prancing around a little bit, not prancing, more pacing. I was just like, hey Megan, Tyler and Nate and other boys are on Overwatch.
Okay, if I go play some games.
You think it's okay if I went in the other room just for a little bit and play one game? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I was like, okay, great. And then I get out and I look at the time and I look at the time. And I was like, oh, it's 9:30. Oh, wow. Where did the time go? I don't know what happened. And she's like, well, I heard you for those 2 hours, so I don't know what you were doing. And I'm like, okay. I think that's the hardest transition is I think that's the biggest thing. It's just like learning how to play a game, it's not even like doing something on your own, but like, I think playing games is something that's been prominent in me, like hanging out with all you guys. Cause it's the biggest thing that I can do.
Well, it's a big thing that we all have in common.
Right.
So naturally.
And so then finding the in-between of like, okay, we're coexisting in the same place, being able to hang out and then do our own thing. And it's been going really well. So that's
really good.
Yeah, I was nervous about that. I think that's valid. To be
You're building a
nervous.
new life together that both of you are like putting parts of yourself in, but you're still holding on to things that make you and make you happy.
True, yeah. Sometimes I don't shower before I go to bed, and then that doesn't go well.
No, you gotta,
and there's a lot of things that don't go well.
before you go to bed.
Like I have to shower before I go to bed, and you left the coffee on, or why is your Yeti still full of coffee from the day before? Or, there's just a lot of like, by the ways, which is not. I'm not beating her up. I'm beating myself up. I just need to be better.
Think about the man you're becoming, John.
Yeah, right.
It's incredible.
Yeah. No, it's great.
I think
though.
you guys got a chance.
I think it's really good though.
Who's to say? I'm excited to see where this thing goes.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
I think it's weird because being on the third floor, I think the hardest part about the whole thing is that once I open the door, there's a hallway, and I have to go to the elevator to go down to my car. And I think that's the hardest thing for me.
The walk into the elevator?
Not even the walking, just is like there's not outside through my door.
Oh,
You know
right.
what I mean?
You
I'm
open
not-
your door and you still are indoors?
Yeah,
A little odd, yeah.
I think that's the hardest part, and everything else like we're
It's
pretty.
like a little apartment building though, right?
Yeah, I mean it's big. I
Well,
mean,
how many?
I don't
how
know how many
many?
units. Maybe like 300, 400, 200.
200 units?
That is a lot of units.
200
That's
units?
like university
Okay,
common size.
wait.
But,
Let me think here.
instead of
Maybe
4
not. Maybe I would
buildings,
say
all
maybe
one.
100. Maybe 150.
Okay.
That still seems like an insane
many
amount to me
floors?
for one building.
Like 6.
Yeah.
Six floors. Okay, 6 floors.
Yeah, and there's
I
2
believe
to
you.
1
I
bedrooms.
believe you.
Some of the honestly, the studios, they're kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, because they're just like studios are
Maybe
like
you get a little
kitchen.
studio on the side.
Yeah,
John.
studio on the side for
you have
the
2 different
the
rooms in this
stream, the
apartment.
gamer
no, not everyone needs to know what the
Gamer.
heck you
There's
want.
a
called the
gamer
dog
lounge.
Oh, I
house.
gotta go outside, and then you go to your studio.
my
I gotta go
Right.
smoke.
Yeah, I gotta go. Because the amount
I'm
of
taking a smoke break.
The weirdest thing, though, actually listening off of that, is the amount of people that still smoke in Faribault. Faribault is like it's not even. I don't even know if it's Faribault, but just maybe a little south of the cities. The amount of people that go out and smoke cigs is a lot more than even in like North Dakota. I feel like
Really?
I've seen so many people just smoking cigarettes is just the shit. I got my tent.
I think SIGs are making a comeback. It's kind of.
I bet they are. You know,
crazy.
might as well. Why don't we start? Because all these people are still surviving. Why don't we?
Yeah.
And
Preach.
but I think there's
Don't smoke.
no, yeah, don't smoke. But
Don't smoke unless you want to.
but I feel like there's just something
And then even
about
if you
this.
want to.
And
Don't
Henry,
smoke.
Henry and I talk about
Think
this
about
all
it.
the time. It's almost infactual. Where you sit there, and you just already
What?
feel it right here, the butt. It's just the
What was that
the
word?
coolness of the cigarette. You just sit here. You just kind
What was that word?
The butt?
Infactual?
Infactual?
and then you can just kind of
No, I don't have any context for what you're saying right now.
It's
I
a
don't know
John
what
word.
infactual means.
you just blow out. You just kind of go like this. Oh, he said Mason Bruner. We used to do. He could
This
just
is
go like
insane.
this.
This is insanity.
What's wrong with a made-up word every now and again?
There's nothing wrong with a made up word every now and again, but
I have my own dialogue.
Yeah, me too.
Let's start a dialogue.
Well, I tell you.
Yeah, let's
Let
start
me-
a dialogue.
My left my
you know
notebook
that
in my truck.
Plato was against writing.
Huh?
Plato was against
Yet he
writing.
invented it.
Yet he invented.
Yeah.
All right.
and yet in many ways
He's an anarchist.
he invented literature.
How can you say more about how he was against writing?
He was
He
just against
said
it.
he thought that reading and writing would decrease humanity's ability to think for themselves,
That's incredible.
which is why he wrote all of his treatises and things in the form of dialogues between him and his teacher
and his allegedly
existing teacher. Yes, exactly. So
You heard it here first. Socrates never existed.
yeah,
Damn.
just a little history fact
Just
for
a little-
you.
that's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Has anyone else been dying for a silly band reveal? I've been wondering what that shape is all night.
Oh man,
Was there a new
give me
drop?
1 second. No,
No,
just
no.
right here.
Oh, new drop.
It is.
I can't remember
Let's
the last
see,
time I saw a silly
It's
band.
kind of fucky. Like it
Where'd you
doesn't.
get that?
I found it.
Fair enough.
Duh.
The silly
It
band.
doesn't really go
wave-
back into its shape very
Duck?
well. You can sort of see it here. It's the word rock.
Oh.
The word rock, as I assume, as in rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let me do a
Probably.
little. You can't really see it very well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nate will fix it in post.
Nate will
Yeah.
fix that.
Nate will
But
fix
it's
it
the
in
word
post.
rock.
Whoa,
It's
it's
the word rock.
moving.
Yeah. So I like to, because this is my rocking hand, obviously. Right hand is for rocking.
Horns down.
Horns up, baby. So I like to keep that on my wrist just to remind me
To stay cool.
Stay rocking, just be
Yep.
cool.
Rock
So
on.
cool.
This is kind of random. We strayed a little bit away from this, but I wanted to mention talking about jobs and games.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bring it back to poop.
No, I think we can leave that behind. But
In the past.
no, there's The Colonist, which is a ripoff of Catan, but it's thrown online, and it's the same exact game. It's just like they just put it online, and then there's legit jobs. I don't know if they pay.
Yeah, and you can't, because you cannot trademark a gameplay sequence.
Yeah, that's how I was
You can only trademark the visual design or like
And the
language
name,
of
yeah,
a game.
Right. So
But
just
you
change
can
everything?
like you can make your own Monopoly as long as you don't call it Monopoly and you
Yeah,
and
which
you
is
change all
crazy
the
to me.
visuals.
It was like
It
so-
seems crazy.
It was
yeah.
like they had a page for their jobs or something, the people they were hiring for on their team, and then like on the thing it was like there was a whole section about, are you concerned about this game or like the copyright of this game? And it was like, click here to see why this is legit and why you'd be
Wow.
okay working here.
yeah.
And
Really?
then, yeah, and it was like
Hey,
you
it's a
can't. It
money-making
was like you
machine.
can't copyright the game's methods or this. And it was like literally every aspect of the game.
But no, they're
And it was
fine.
like, but
they really are.
It's our
fine.
own code base.
Do they have a battle
Yeah.
pass for that yet?
They really are.
There's
They
a
should.
subscription thing because
Oh,
they
man.
semi recently added pop-up ads. So now you can pay to get rid of the pop-up ads that didn't used to exist.
Nice. I love when they do that.
That's
So I'm gonna work for Colonist.io.
Are you really?
No.
That's almost the ad thing is similar to a great website called chess.com.
Yep.
And
They try to make you pay for ads. that they
let
don't.
me just show. Let me
They
just
make you
explain
pay
the
for bullshit.
the outrageous prices
It's
of
so nuts.
chess.com.
And they increased them recently.
Yes,
too.
they did. Chess.com is a great website to where you're able to play chess online against people. You're able to play against computers, do online lessons.
Yep.
From
From masters.
yeah, from masters, and then also get your game analyzed, understand like which way, you know, like, oh, I moved this pawn, how's this going to fairy?
Yep.
Like it's a really good game, and puzzles. There's puzzles also in there, like to build your chess knowledge. A great
for learning.
Yeah, and also just to get better, and all the grandmasters use it to play online games.
Yep.
But the problem is that you're only allowed to do a certain amount of puzzles. You're only
like 3 a day.
Three a day. You only get one game analysis, but to go upgrade, they want you to get like ad-free, whatever, unlimited lessons. You can do one lesson a day, unlimited puzzles and whatnot. You go to the next tier, which is $60 or something a year.
Yep.
Then the next one, if you want to actually get what you want to do on that app, it's like $100 and something a year.
I think it used to be like 20, 50, 60 or something like that, and now it's just outrageous.
It's way higher. It's like almost double.
Yeah.
Is that because chess has it not even? For some reason, just it feels like it's had a boost in popularity.
It has.
Queen's Gambit,
but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like they had a big boost in popularity.
Still,
and it's still riding the wave, but I feel like it can't still be growing.
I hadn't even heard of chess.
Do you think it's because of all the new patches and gameplay innovations that have recently been dropped?
Like so many new patches and gameplay innovations have been dropped. Like biggest drops since like 1840.
I know that the balance is exceptionally good right now.
Well, the new
Patrick, I think he went like this, and then he might even went like this.
Yeah, I'm not. Why are you fucking on me?
I'm not fucking on you.
No, I didn't dunk on chess as a hobby. I was just making a joke.
I've heard a lot of controversy about this new Goblin piece that they had.
Right.
Nerf the queen.
Yeah, nerf the queen. No, it's gotta just be that with TikTok coming out and other things moving forward, where it's not just solely YouTube or Twitch streaming. People are streaming now loosely, casually chess.
Yeah.
And they're coming out from a beginner standpoint instead of watching from a grandmaster standpoint.
Yeah.
So they're almost amateur to medium level, 1,000 rating, and they're just live streaming.
And they're doing a lot more as a community, and chess.com has done a lot, and I respect the platform and the website for that, to build popularity for chess. Like they sponsor stream tournaments and stuff like that among random famous Twitch streamers and whatnot, and the actual professional chess scene is doing more, like engaging a lot in like blitz and bullet tournaments between like all the grandmasters.
More people to watch.
Yeah,
it's not just
they're
like
doing
wait
stuff
6
to make it
months
more
to the next,
entertaining instead of watching games that take 2 days to finish. And then of course like there's all the like drama that they're like pushing more,
cheating
butt plug,
cheating with butt plugs. I don't think ever even happened, but they made
Sinister Magnus.
They made it such a big deal. I think it's all just.
Have you seen Sinister Magnus?
No.
Like when he's drunk and he's
the Mystery
chess?
Magnus on chess.com.
No.
There's a grandmaster that nobody knows who it is.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, I could see that though, because
and the username is Sinister Magnus.
Of course it is.
It's awesome.
And it's a grandmaster.
I think so.
That's insane.
It's got to be high.
They're going nuts on people.
Yeah.
This might have been something. I just saw a fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not a chess.
No.
I'm not a chess bro.
Honestly,
as I would call.
I'm not super involved, but I feel like I'm always just getting updates from Matt about random things and
it's got it.
I liked playing the chess puzzles for about 2 months.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
It's got it.
That's about as into chess as I have ever been.
Yeah, we played a couple games here and there.
And then you vastly surpassed me.
Yeah.
I think chess is just kind of like, for me, it's not about like the winning, but it's just about it's a great thing.
Friends you make along the way.
Right. It's about when I wake up in the morning, something to get my
how
brain
many pawns
thinking.
you can fit in your ass.
You know what I mean? And I do a lesson. It feels like I'm learning, and I feel like I'm gaining. There's always so much to learn.
Yeah, it's definitely for me, the biggest thing I use chess for is when I'm like out and about, like in between sets at the gym, or like I've got a little bit of time on my hands here or there. I just open the chess app instead of Instagram or TikTok.
Yeah, I generally
chess to you is what Candy Crush is to old people.
Yes.
And honestly,
it's so much better.
If I'm being honest, it's what Tetris is to me.
Like,
and that makes sense though, because
it's something to get better at. You can go play a game of bullet. You can do some puzzles. You can take a quick lesson. Like, it's all just like this easy, quick little dopamine you can study in the opening instead of like scrolling.
It's all loose. And
or checking your email or the weather app or whatever. Like, I don't need to do
Always
that again
on
today.
that weather app.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the corner of the club.
My favorite times are when my phone dies.
Yep.
Really?
And you can't play chess.
Terrible.
Terrible.
And no,
times.
it's kind of like.
And then my phone is dead.
Mayor Kingsville.
I'm not a fucker. Like,
Clip it.
You're not a fucker.
I don't want to say, I'm not like, I am sort of anti-phone, but I rely very heavily on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice just for those like couple hours of the day when your phone is dead.
Yep.
But then you feel okay, and something is like adequate on the radio, or you just turn it off. I usually listen to like NPR or something just to like be mellow. Or if it's a nice day and your phone
Listen to
dies.
the sounds of birds and cars.
Yeah.
True. They usually play really good.
Not cars. Fuck cars.
Yeah, fuck cars. On God.
You know what happened?
Nothing
Actually,
I hate
crazy
more.
stat. So from me moving to this house and then beginning to work at Ace and whatnot, my phone usage went down from like, I don't know, 4 hours a day. You know, from when I get off. You know,
Yeah.
4 hours to 5 hours a day, down to hour 45.
No shit.
I feel like what is the average phone time? I bet it's like 7-8 hours or more.
Yeah, I don't, because mine varies so much based on whether I have like a YouTube
Fixation.
or just a YouTube going while I'm doing
you
something
play it
else.
while you're sleeping too, so it must be hard to know.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to
Yeah.
gauge because then sometimes when I'm like hanging out with you guys and I don't like I don't do that. I'm not on my phone as much, and I don't play a YouTube video before I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's a lot lower. Who's to say?
Yeah, mine's.
I definitely have like the fixation of just like
I feel
checking.
Yeah. And I hate that because like my number one, like honestly, I'm half considering getting a dumb phone if it wasn't for the fact that I needed it for like Uber and just like I don't know, checking like.
Pool with all your lady friends.
Yeah, 8-ball, Uber,
give yourself
like,
some 8-ball.
Give yourself some parental controls.
Right. Well,
don't
it's
you?
not that. It's like it's not the app
Kenzie
usage.
does it.
It's if I'm bored and I have literally nothing to do, my brain autopilots to opening my phone and looking at the home screen and doing nothing, like a fucking NPC.
Yeah. No, I had
Like-
I had a little weekly mission this summer, living at the old house where I would just I'd take a bottle of water for a walk, and I would go to that community garden that you didn't know existed. It was a block away from our house, but it was this nice little community garden. And I would just sit. They had this.
When I did box jumps through.
Yeah.
And broke my toes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
They had a nice lawn chair, and I would just sit in it, and I would just do my little. Even if I wasn't having a bad like anxiety day, I would do like the 5 things you can hear for whatever, you know, that sequence of sensory whatever, trying to like just be present and
Think about your ears, your eyes, your nose, your breath, the ground underneath your feet.
sorta, but yeah, trying to just like that was nice. It's hard.
Very.
It's
mindfulness?
exceptionally hard. No, just like allowing yourself to see and like be interested in like sort of mundane
But it's not
things
mundane.
around you. No, it's not. It's a tree. There's a lot going on with one tree.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or just watching a squirrel for a couple minutes, you know? Anyways.
That's my favorite part about going to the Boundary Waters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is like
Gotta be.
you
No,
don't
sure.
you don't got phone. You're pretty much in go mode the whole time because you're trying to like whether it is like set fishing tackle or cook food or
Drink water.
Yeah, there's
pump
stuff-
water.
it's-
Like there's always a chore that needs to be
it's
done.
stuff to do, and then when you do get that moment, you're
There's
like you're so much
tranquility.
you're more in it. Yeah, you're more in the moment. I feel
it's
so
nothing
much
but a string of moments.
yeah.
It's all life
And
is.
Wow.
I'm so
Wowzers.
because you said that even
God,
I've
shoot
been
me.
like planning. Megan's dad, they live out in the country, kind of like on the outskirts of town. Planning a garden. He allowed me to take much of his garden. It's a big area that I can till up and go nuts with whatever. And I'm so excited for that, just because even if it's after work or before work or whatever, going out there, this is just, I know that I'm like interacting with something that's like, it sounds so cheesy, but like dirt on the hands,
dude.
Like it's something. There's a lot about it.
There's a
for
lot
me.
about it.
I don't know what it is. Just getting like being out there and like being able to see like the drive out there. I'm able to see farmer like planting stuff and like seeing cattle, livestock, but also just going. It's not that far out of town. It's like 5 minutes out of town.
Yeah.
But it's just like seeing that open area and you breathe a little bit.
Yeah,
but then
feel the fresh air. Dude,
Yeah,
when I
it's
tell
such
you
a Go ahead.
the number one thing, maybe the number two thing after the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2 soundtracks, the number one thing that helped ground me and keep my mental health afloat the summer after I got out of jail was the garden.
Really?
It was waking up every morning before I go to open a Subway,
Yeah.
watering the garden, getting down, weeding, feeling the
Literally.
dirt under my fingernails, and just having these little plants to take care of over the summer and then harvest and cook with at the
Yeah.
end. Like, it really
It's fulfilling.
helped
Yeah,
me
that would've
like,
been-
get through that whole experience.
That would have been so much better of a story if you hadn't placed Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Those soundtracks are elite.
You placed them
Yeah.
above that?
Yeah, I listen to
I
them. I
mean,
listen to
they
them
The
every
soundtrack
day.
of the movies was
crazy
more
that-
important
Is it
than
crazy
your
that Guardians of the
gardening?
Galaxy was on in jail.
Yeah, it also. Oh yeah, that was also on in jail. Guardians of the
That's
Galaxy 2.
crazy. No, that sounds like a really powerful, nice
Yeah,
thing.
it was
no,
fantastic.
it makes you feel connected to the world and like you're in a place
Yeah.
and like you're doing a thing.
That was. It's
And
like,
it feels
beautiful.
Yeah,
You
things
see
like
your
that.
fruits being bared.
Yep.
Essentially,
Yeah, it's great.
Nate, what are we at for time on the podcast right now?
We've been going for 7 minutes.
Said. 8 minutes. Okay, that means it's perfect. We're saving it for the end. Our special Jeremy Renner segment showing our
Thank
support.
you.
We're gonna start. We're gonna each share our favorite Jeremy Renner performance throughout his decades of work. Patrick, what did you prepare?
I would like to. I've been thinking about
so
the.
just people who don't know, he was in a tragic accident.
Snowplow.
Plowed himself.
Yeah, you have.
Continue.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate his performance in The Town.
I thought you were going to say Jason Bourne.
Powerful.
God. Yeah, that was
Powerful.
I hated him in that movie.
He was.
He really wasn't gonna give. He wasn't gonna give up.
No, such a bad influence
Such a bad influence on Ben Affleck.
on Ben Affleck,
But
but at
grit,
the end,
though.
but also had such grit.
Shows
And
his
such-
range. He's
such
great.
reserve.
A lot of range, such an embodiment of the character. You really felt like he was from Charleston.
And you really felt like he loved the Boston Celtics.
I thought
He
he was gonna
did,
shoot
though.
enough police to get out, but he just
No.
Not quite.
he went on his own terms.
He
Yeah.
did.
Almost like he did in real life, but unfortunately.
He didn't go out.
Fortunately, what did I say?
Yeah, fortunately.
All right,
with us.
all right, and that's my that's what my heart brought me to today.
Your Renner retail.
Thank you, Jeremy. John.
When really encompassing who Jeremy is, something that comes to mind is his recent TV show, kind of developed in 2021, the Mayor of Kingsville. Now, I know there's a lot of critics and horrible masculine toxicity in Mayor Kingsville, but the role he
This is
made.
a TV show.
It's a
I've
TV
never heard
show.
of
on
it.
I've never
And he
heard of
made
it, and you've sort of made it sound pretty unattractive to my eyes.
Well,
It's
I
so
think it's
far.
good.
It's a
I know,
toxic
it's good.
masculinity
So
show?
let me just say this. I believe, and I'm
It's
not
like
saying this as
Sigma male
facts.
core.
I believe I was reading reviews about it, good and bad, and that was some of the bad reviews that they said. There was just as like, oh, this is a classic, masculinity TV show, and I could see maybe as to the side where they're coming from. But anyways, the TV show Yellowstone.
Is he in
Has
that?
everyone heard of that? No, he isn't. But the
Okay,
same
with
writer.
You can get a. Just don't stray too far.
I won't
from
say,
Jeremy.
but he's the same writer for the show. And
Are
this
you
guy,
celebrating? Are you celebrating Jeremy, or are you
I'm
celebrating
celebrating
the writer of
Jeremy.
Yellowstone?
I'm celebrating Jeremy because his role in the show,
Is he the mayor?
he is the mayor.
Oh!
He is the mayor, and he assumes this role not on his own terms.
Is
And
he in
best-
charge
It's
of snow removal?
The best mayor is the one who doesn't want to be
He's
mayor.
in charge of all the garbage removal, really, if you know what I mean. But anyways, he sits there, and in the range of his inner turmoil of trying to leave this town, to
Trying to
saving
leave?
people,
To put it
but
all
putting
behind
other
him.
people before him, and him just being like, I'm gonna
and
bend the
also
law
ridding the
before
city of
rain."
undesirables.
It is really what it is.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No, it's not. But essentially, lowdown is that he is a connection between the police and the gangs on the outside and the prison. So he keeps everyone at peace. He's a peacemaker. He keeps everyone at peace. He's almost untouchable, but he keeps everyone in the same loop. But his role in that, where
Just like he does in real life for us.
Yes, he
He
does.
keeps us.
He keeps the four of us.
He keeps
from
us
off each other's
stable.
throats.
He keeps us in sync. He keeps us.
He didn't want that snowplow to come through
Steadfast.
just yet. He said, this snow needs to stay here a couple of days for people to feel it. You know what happened? And they went out there and tried to stop it, and they didn't see him, and he went under.
Yeah.
Now that guy in that, drove that snowplow, he might not, once
I'm
he gets
confused.
better.
People have more. I thought it was like his own.
It was
like,
his own.
His own plow.
It was his own. He was doing a little plow. He plowed himself.
He plowed himself.
Oh,
He
actually
mangled
himself.
his leg in his own snowplow.
in a valiant effort.
Yeah.
In a valiant effort, he was
under
saving
stress. He was under stress.
He was
from
saving
his
a toad.
workload of being such a great
toad?
actor.
a toad frozen in the snow.
Is that actually what happened?
No,
Okay.
it just happened.
It just happened, and he's alive, and he looks even greater in a hospital.
He had a
bed.
lot of eggnog. Now,
All right.
thank
I know
you,
Cole's
Jeremy.
dying to
Thank you,
share.
Jeremy. Yep.
Cole, what do you think?
Top 2 Jeremy Renner moments.
two.
James Bond.
This,
Actually, top 3. Number 3
Whoa.
is
Cole's going in a different direction.
Jeremy
but
Renner's app. Number 2 is Jeremy Renner in as Jason Bourne.
Thank
Those
you.
little blue and green pills really did a number on him. And number 1 is Jeremy Renner at the site of the Soul Stone. Big Jeremy Renner moment.
That was a big moment for Jeremy.
Big moment.
Okay, that's true.
So are you thankful?
Top 3 moments.
Are you thankful?
Yeah, they're incredible moments.
Thankful of all this.
Natasha.
I understand. I
Thankful for
understand. You
those
couldn't
moments.
just stick to one.
Yeah. Jeremy is too big for
Thank
one
you,
moment.
Jeremy.
True. Well, I was also gonna say the Bourne Legacy. People say it was the worst Bourne Legacy or Bourne movie. It was unnecessary. It was a cash grab. All those things are true. But Jeremy somehow
Somehow pulled
He
through.
made it a good
it
movie.
stuck with me.
It was a
Yeah,
great
it's-
theatrical
It
experience.
wasn't. It wasn't.
But to bring up
Jeremy.
another movie, I guess I would say Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, the 4th Mission
Wait,
Impossible.
he was in that?
He's in that one.
No shit.
He
Un-
is. He is.
Unforgettable,
Oh my god.
memorable performance, and it almost makes any of the rest of them unwatchable because he's not in them.
Yep.
I
Preach.
don't think. No, he's
No,
not.
he is.
That might be
I
the
don't think
only
so.
Mission Impossible I've seen.
Exactly. This is
And you didn't
living
know.
proof. Living proof that none of the rest of them are as good. I'm hoping he comes back for the 7th one, in whatever state he's able to be in it at this point.
Well, on
And
that
thank
note,
you, Jeremy.
thank you, Jeremy Renner.
And as we close this podcast every week, thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you. That sounded so culty.
All right. Well, stay tuned for the after hours coming up here soon in
And-
5 minutes, and join us on our socials. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitch. We're on Spotify. You know where to find us.
Yep, Cole DeWeese on Instagram.
Yep, and join us next week for episode 16 of the Jeremy Renner podcast.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Good night.